you made a statement that the Jamaica team is full of rejects. the,
Boy,
what do you have to say about that?
those players, let's be honest, they wanted to play for England.
Welcome back to the All Round Sports Talk podcast. I'm your host, Renoy Allen, and today I have a very special guest. His name is Alvon Campbell from Trinidad and Tobago, and we're just going to talk a little bit about football. We're going to talk about the TNT program. We're going to talk about some of the TNT players. We're going to talk about some of the Jamaican players. Recently, Trinidad and Tobago faced Jamaica in a group stage of the Gold Cup. So, Alvan, welcome to the All Round Sports Talk.
Hey, Renoy, pleasure to be here. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for
Uh,
having me.
yeah, man, you're welcome. So, how is everything down there in Trinidad?
Well, everything is fine. Maybe that's probably one of our biggest problem. We get embarrassed on what should be the on the regional stage, and everybody's is normal about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Well, Trinidad have been missing from the football scene for quite a few years. What's the
Um,
state of the football down there in Trinidad?
I wouldn't necessarily say we have been missing per se. I think we are fallen behind in terms of our development. The team, if we look at the games, we play similar games to the other our competing countries. I would compare Trinidad and Tobago in the CONCACAF region to Jamaica, but we have to yeah, but we have to come a major step behind, and the last games has shown that, right? I think it came back to when we lost to Guyana, I believe. Either we lost or drew to Guyana. That one,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that one hit
losing
me.
losing
Yeah,
to Guyana doesn't help.
yeah. To come back to your main question, I believe right now Trinidad is honestly in a rebuilding process. Um, it's interesting to see that if you watch the outlook of the team, we still have like our core players are still from like the older generation, like the good players in the squad are still from the older generation. That's the Kevin Molinos, the Jovan Jones.
Yeah.
Those are like our real star players, and you see a difference in the team when they come on, or if they start. There's a difference in the team. Nevertheless, we have a local coach, and Angus Um, he has a good local reputation on the world stage, on the international and regional stage. A little questionable, but locally in terms of like school football and pro league and also his time in the national team, he's a local born and bred guy, and he has been doing a good job given the resources he has to him.
Okay.
Looking at our results, we haven't really lost a game. I can think about eight or 10 games coming into the CONCACAF World Cup. Only really Jamaica exposed us, and the US, yeah, the US exposed us.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
But
yeah,
we are far. We are far.
you got 6 from the USA.
Six
So,
of the very best.
yeah, did you watch that game?
No, I don't know. I
Yeah.
did not. I could not have. Well, after the hat trick, I took off the. I took off. I can watch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Well, in the game against Jamaica, I saw
Yeah.
a player that he really looked interesting. He came on, I think it was halftime. His name is
Mm-hmm.
Kylie Aubrey. I
Over.
think,
Yeah.
yeah, doing the research, I see where he made 7 appearances for Trinidad, and
Mm-hmm.
he was eligible to play for 5 teams, 5 countries actually.
Countries. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can tell me a little bit about him.
Well, he recently came into the squad. I believe this year. I believe around the time we were doing some friendlies and stuff. We had played the local Jamaica team, not the competition Jamaican team. Um, yeah, the right? And he made his debut. A very promising, a promising young guy. Um, he has a very diverse background. From what I've seen from like his other interviews, he seems to be very humble. A guy he has like because he's outside of the Trinidad system, meaning he didn't really grow up in terms of like playing school football with us. He comes from more of a more professional development. So
Yeah.
like his mannerisms, he seems to be very disciplined in terms of being able to like follow instructions, and he also has a real good work ethic. So me,
Yeah.
I'm looking at him to be one of the promising guys in the future, as well as with like Levi Garcia. Like I
Oh
believe,
yeah.
yeah, he
Levi
could,
Levi was good. Yeah.
yeah, right. So
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. Well,
we are
that
promising.
discipline, I think it come from, well, he grew up in the French league. He was a
Mm,
part of Lille, the youth academy at Lille.
yeah.
So maybe that's where he's disciplined. So are you saying Trinidad players are growing up in that development? Are they
Are they?
indisciplined?
Yeah, yeah. I believe too. I believe in the. I wouldn't say that, but I would say that Trinidad youth program. There's a lot of there's we are rich in talent, and I believe every you hear that from every country. But to be honest, we do have the the young player like in terms of like local football in Trinidad, like the intercol, which is like the school football, like that is like the pinnacle of football in Trinidad and Tobago. I would say, in terms of like attendance and support, and people getting hype. It's like school football, so it's
Yeah. Yeah.
the Naparima College versus the Presentation College, the St. Anthony's versus QRC or Fatima, St. Medic's College, versus Prez. Those are like the real popular games, and everybody gets hyped about it. Whereas like our local pro league, it doesn't have that much hype or fanfare around it. But the
Okay.
pinnacle of football right now is at the youth stage, and it shouldn't be that way. Me personally, believe saying that like it should be more in like the pro league or
Yeah.
guys flying out and going to play in the MLS or something of that manner.
Well, it's the same in Jamaica. The schoolboy football league is the pinnacle. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the professional league has come a long way,
Mm-hmm.
but people still look forward to the schoolboy football more. And speaking of schoolboy football, in that Trinidad game, we had Dujuan Whisper Richards, 17-year-old, scoring in that game.
Yeah,
He's signed. He's currently technically he's still a member of the Phoenix Academy, but he signed a deal to join Chelsea on his 18th birthday. So come October 11th, the John Whisper Richard will be a Chelsea player. I know you're a big fan of him because
yeah,
you watch
correct.
our local league and you've seen stuff on
Yeah,
Instagram.
correct.
So if
Yeah.
you want, you can just tell me a little bit what you think about Whisper.
All right. From what I've seen and what I've been exposed to with him, I must say that you guys do have a player on all your hands. Just his like his physical, like his he has even though they're saying he's 17, he does have a grown man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
has a
true.
yeah, he's very strong, very tall in comparison to his peers when he's on the field, and he looks to be very technically sound. And one thing I noticed about him, he from what I'm seeing, like he isn't easily rattled,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's very stoic in terms of how he plays the game, which is very interesting. Which is very interesting to watch at such a young age now. Normally guys are more feisty and
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, yeah. So because I believe he got just in the goal he scored. I believe there was an instance where there was a challenge where he could have probably gone down or anything. He
Yeah, and he wrote
he
that
kind of
challenge.
he wrote it. He
Yeah.
ride the challenge thing, and then he laced it. that was
Yeah,
that was
man.
yeah.
When I saw it, I was like, take a shot, please, take it. And then yeah, even the coach, I was listening an interview with the coach, and he was saying that when he saw him, he was like, no, don't shoot from there. But then it went in. So
Yeah.
I just hope when he goes to the Chelsea academy, he'll learn some discipline in terms of nutrition, training, fitness, and
Uh,
I see bright things for him in the future. I
yeah.
mean,
Mhm.
Chelsea have been known to buy these youngsters and then loan them out. So
Loan them out. Yeah.
even if he doesn't go on to represent Chelsea, I hope there maybe one of those loan spells or something will be very good for him. Because I'm a big fan of him and the fact that he's playing for Chelsea, which is my team. I can't ask for better than that, right?
Yeah. Correct. And I support that too, not only because he would just that breakthrough, it would bring a lot more focus and spotlight on the Caribbean football, regional football. Well, firstly in the ISA League, the schoolboy league in Jamaica, which I like. I honestly watch. I watch some of the games. I watch some of the highlights. That's some good football. Those boys playing there in Jamaica, like some really good
Yeah.
football. The
Yep.
guys are like sometimes watching. The guys are very athletic. They are very strong for their age,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that's means like I actually actively go and like look and watch somebody highlights, somebody goals the guys score. Really interesting. So
Yep.
support that full support there.
Yeah. I remember the first week of the last year's schoolboy season, and Whisper scored a goal. At the time, I didn't know him, but he
Mhm.
scored a goal, and we were in this group and we were talking about the goal, and we were saying this kid has a bright future ahead of him, and it just turned out to be Whisper
Yeah.
in the end, and yeah, he was magical. So we're looking for great things towards his career. So, are there
Correct.
any Trinidad players that you want to tell us more about?
Well, it's really well Levi, but Levi already has made his breakthrough. Levi has come from a diverse football, like locally, a very strong footballing family. So there's his younger brother named Judah Garcia, who's also coming up too. He's really good one to watch. We have well, Aubrey is one to watch as well. But the core team, as I would say, it's a lot of older heads that
Yeah.
they really need to start to like how you'd see like Germany and Spain and them they tell the older players even though they could still play, they tell them, well, we're not going to play because we're looking for it, because international football is such a
Yeah.
periodic sport and you had a plan for ahead. Like I think if we had introduced the players in the previous Gold Cup where we went to, these younger players would have been able to compete in that and get their exposure,
Yes,
and
that's
now we
true.
would have probably had a better performance. Now,
Yep.
um, and one thing which is I find is very strange, in this tournament, and this is a kind of trend, is Trinidad's fitness level. Like for me personally, it looks as though the guys are roast, like they are fatigued in the first half. Like first like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they are fatigued,
Yeah.
which is very strange because most of I think all the goals we score were in the second half of this tournament. So it's kind of confusing.
Yes. Yeah, but maybe the other team is tired as well.
Correct.
Well, recently you and I were talking, and you made a statement that the Jamaica team is full of rejects. the
Boy,
What do you have to say about that? Explain what you mean
well,
by rejects.
well, being honest, just radical honesty. Um, just rejects being that when we look at the Damari Gray and the latter, what's how you pronounce his name, Latibi or something?
Joel Latibodiere.
Yeah, Latibi there, right? Like those players, we look at Anthony for example. Those players, let's be honest, they wanted to play for England, right?
Yeah.
They did not have the opportunity to play for England. When we look at it, this is the Marigay has played like when he played against Trinidad. That was his second technical international cap, like his second game. the first game being in the US in terms of like a competitive nature for Jamaica. And he put two passes, busy. But all I'm saying is we came up with some local guys, and we had to play against Premier League players just out of the blue. All right. Because
Yeah.
even earlier this year we played against you guys with the local squad, and we won 1-0, and we drew 0-0. Although it was like a kind of exhibition,
Yeah, that was a joke game.
right?
Yeah, I
Right?
remember the first one in Montego Bay and the second one in Kingston. But yeah,
Yeah.
Jamaica wasn't taking that game serious. But I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with players from different country. Once they have Jamaican
Eligibility.
descent,
Yeah.
originality, yeah, they can represent the country.
No
And
man. To be honest, after I saw the game, I was hoping we could find some players as well.
you got
No, but I must say that the Jamaica project, like all banter and joke aside, the Jamaica project is actually very interesting. Like looking
yeah,
at the development of you guys squad, and you guys, I could like first time like before, I'd probably say no, like if Jamaica was the only Caribbean English speaking Caribbean country left in CONCACAF or whatever, throw more support behind them, right? But I could honestly see like more confident now that from the start of the tournament, Jamaica is like one of the favorites. And I don't know when last you were able to say that, right? Or if you were
that's true.
able to, right? But Jamaica is like on paper, when you're looking at it, like these guys are very good and you guys have a good track record in terms of you guys are custom making the semifinals and the finals,
Yeah, we
right?
made we made the final in 2015 and 2017.
Yeah,
But
right.
probably only one. I think Kemar Lawrence is the only player from that team who made the finals that's currently on the team.
Mm, mm,
But yeah, as you said, Jamaica program, it looks interesting, and I'm looking to see if we will be able to qualify for the next World Cup, which will be in the US, Mexico, and Canada. So those three teams automatically have a bye. So there's and that's the first World Cup where they're gonna extend it to more teams. So Jamaica will have a good chance because CONCACAF will have 6 teams and there's 3 spots available. And if
mm.
Jamaica can't get that with this squad they have, well, I guess they're not really serious about this football. And I'm
Correct.
hoping our fellow Caribbean, Trinidad, I hoping you guys can make it as well.
We could have a rally. We could have a rally for it. I think we could. It would be better for us to have a rally.
Yeah.
But we need to work on our fitness first.
Okay. Do you think Trinidad will make it to the 2026 World Cup?
When it was announced, I was more optimistic. When it was announced, I believe that was when, like last year or last 2 years. I was more optimistic, but looking at the progression of how the football is going, like we need to make some decisions in terms of like are we going to continue with Angus Eve as the head coach spearheading the team, sorry, and are we going to like invest in terms of like resources?
Yeah.
Um, are we going to allow the players, to have the the international standard in terms of like treatment, in terms of like nutrition, those sort of things. So it's yet to be seen, and time is running out on us. And this is a really a golden opportunity to qualify for another World Cup. Given the expansion of the tournament and given the proximity, it will be real nice to have that support, that support, um, like on the western side of the world. You understand? So that's that's something that would be a golden opportunity. But nevertheless, God's willing, I would still be attending our World Cup game in the year
Me
2026,
too.
regardless. Regardless.
Yeah, regardless if Jamaica is there or not. Yeah, I have to see a game, man.
Yeah.
Start here from now.
Correct. Correct.
Well, maybe you don't have to, but I have to.
No, I have to save too, man. I have to save too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Alvan, thank you for joining me.
It's a
You're
pleasure.
my
It's a pleasure, man.
you're my first guest on the podcast, and
Definitely.
I
Really
appreciate.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Really appreciate it.
hopefully when the season start, but we can talk a little
Oh,
bit about Arsenal,
definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
Arsenal
Right?
and Chelsea.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
that's another topic for another day. But thank you for coming, giving us some insight onto Trinidad football and talking about some of the Jamaican players as well.
Yeah, man. It was my
All right.
pleasure.
All right, everyone. This has been the All Round Sports Talk. See you soon.